and welcome back to my channel and to today's video. If you're new around here, then my name is Grace and I am a mum to two little boys, Elliot, who is now 18 months old, and this is his update video. I've also got a little 3.5-month-old, well, he's nearly 4 months now. By the time this video goes up, he'll be 4 months old. And I do baby updates over here. My channel is all about motherhood and life in between. So if you like that kind of content, then please consider hitting subscribe if you like this video. I film baby updates. I used to do them every 3 months when Elliot was a little bit younger, but I haven't actually done an update for Elliot since he hit 12 months because I just felt like I was going to like long them out and talk about a little bit more. So this video could be a little bit longer. So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's talk all about what's happened with Elliot since he hit 12 months and now he's 18 months old. So probably the biggest and most exciting thing that happened between 12 and 18 months was on the 17th of June when Elliot took his first steps. I didn't actually get his first real steps on like film because I was just in the moment, and it was really lovely. I was in the playroom here with him and he just took a couple of steps towards me. So yeah, at 13 months he took his first steps and he officially started walking properly, I would say, in July, a few weeks before his brother was born. So yeah, we had a newborn and we had Elliot who had just learned to walk. So yeah, in July Elliot was doing his first proper steps. So to be honest, he went really well with walking. We didn't really push it, we just, not with, you know, with anything, we don't really push things. We try and let them happen as naturally as possible. Babies walk when they're ready, they do everything at their own pace basically, but he was definitely ready to walk. He'd been standing really well for months, and some things that we did to help him get him like going on the move. He loved to push like our washing basket around the kitchen. I'm not sure if I've got any footage of that. If I do, I'll include it. We also got him a walker after his first birthday because he was enjoying using something to push and walk, and he really, I think those things helped him just get his confidence, using his legs and that kind of thing. And then eventually he just started taking steps of his own accord back in the summer. So it feels like ages ago that he's been walking now. And like I say, he's been, because he was really ready to do it and he'd been standing, his balance was really good. He's not had like, he didn't have too many tumbles, and he's quite a careful boy. I think he's definitely my child. He's quite sort of, although when he's excited he will rush and sort of like charge about, but he does usually like think about things when he's doing them. So yeah, he's been walking now for a couple of months, well, nearly 6 months I suppose. So yeah, that was definitely the biggest thing that happened in this development update. He started walking. Another really big thing to happen in the last 6 months with Elliot is that he just really understands everything that's going on around him. If we give him like a basic command, he can understand it. He can quite often follow a basic command now. Why don't you put it on the shelf that you can reach? Here, put it by your abacus. Next one. That's it. Good boy. He just understands everything that we're saying. He just doesn't communicate things back to us, but I will get onto his vocabulary soon because he is talking a little bit now. But yeah, he literally understands basically everything that we ask of him. If we say, look, there's a squirrel out the window, he'll like charge out here to come and look at the squirrel. Or if we say, where's so-and-so, he knows who we're talking about. Or if we say, we're sort of trying to teach him body parts, we'll say, where's your nose, where's your mouth, where's mummy's mouth. He knows the difference between, like, if we say where's your nose, he'll point at his nose, and if we say where's mummy's nose, he'll point at mine. So he kind of understands that. And he understands basic commands now. He probably understands more than basic commands, but he listens to basic commands. Like he will sit down if you ask him, if you say come sit down or do something, depending on what mood he's in, obviously, because now he is a full-blown toddler. He has got a complete mind of his own, but yeah, he really understands what's going on around him. So speaking of vocabulary, he is doing really well with that too. He's got sort of like a handful of like words with meaning now, whereas before he was saying things that wasn't really with any meaning. I would say he definitely says things with a lot more understanding of what he's talking about. So he knows mama is me and dada is his dad. He sort of, Jasper is quite a hard word for him to say, but he sort of, I think he's trying to say burr, like the Jasper, like the sort of end part of it. And he kind of tries to say penny. Can you say mama?
Mum.
Mum, mum.
Mum.
Mum. Who's that? Say me. Penny?
Baba.
Mama.
Mama.
Good boy. Mama.
Mama.
Come here. Look. Elliot, say mama.
A bee.
Baby. Where's your baby brother?
A bee.
Baby, yeah, good boy. Jaspy.
A bee.
Cup. Sippy. He also, like, we know if he wants his, and that's another thing, we know what he wants a lot more now without him having to communicate it to us, but he is sort of trying to say, I think he says B, like for his sippy cup, so sippy, he's saying the end part of words, so we know if he wants a sippy or if he wants a drink kind of thing. And he literally, in the last week or so as well, he started stringing mama and dada together, like as two words.
Mama, Dada.
Well done, mama and dada. But he's definitely trying to string words together now, which is really promising. That's a good step forward. He sort of says grandpa, he says teddy. So yeah, there are obviously other things, but these are just things that are coming to me off the top of my head. So yeah, he's saying a lot more words and he's understanding what they mean now too. Speaking of teddy bears, in the last little while he's got really super cuddly. He wasn't really like a cuddly baby, to be honest, Elliot. He hadn't ever been up until the last few months. I don't know if that's because his baby brother's come along and he kind of wants reassurance that we're giving him affection as well, because he obviously sees me especially holding his baby brother Jasper a lot, but he's got really cuddly with us. Like, he'll come up and he'll like cuddle our legs behind us if we're just like standing up, and he also really likes cuddly toys now, whereas he didn't show any interest in his teddy bears. He's got a couple of favourite little teddy bears, and when my husband puts Elliot to bed, he sort of gets excited to cuddle his teddy and he takes his teddies to bed with him. So that's quite a new thing that he didn't used to do before. I don't know if that's the age that he's at now, they just get a bit more cuddly. But yeah, he likes his little teddy bears now and he's really affectionate. And with his brother, he's been amazing. Honestly, he's been a dream. He's been really gentle and he's just taken it completely under his belt. I think that's the good thing about not having a big gap. He's kind of had to just go with it and he won't know any different eventually. So it's definitely worked really well for us in that sense of the age gap. So going back to Elliot's like range of motion and his movements, I've also noticed probably in the last 6 weeks that he's got a lot more agile, Elliot, in the way that he moves. He's got a lot more control, just noticing the things that he does. Like in our playroom, this is like an added on part of the building, we've got like a little step to come into the playroom, whereas before he used to, when he first started walking, he had to use something to hold on to step over. He now has got enough balance to work out that there's a step here and he has to step over it, and I also think that's taught him to be quite considerate of like steps and things. It's only a little step, but that's quite a good thing that it's taught him to sort of be agile and like use his balance to step over. He's also started like walking along like little ledges, and he's been to soft play once now. His movements are quite controlled now, whereas before they were a little bit like, when he was learning to walk, obviously they're a bit clunky and a little bit like clumsy. He's really smooth in his motion now. So if you watched one of my vlogs a couple of months ago, I think it was when I was pregnant, well, I was still pregnant, Elliot had just turned 1 and he went through a bit of a phase where now he's got to this really interesting age. He knows how to push our boundaries. Children get to that age, don't they? And obviously Elliot is my first child and I've never really experienced that, and I struggled for a little while to know how to cope and like basically just like adapt your parenting techniques, if that makes sense. And we've had to like move a lot of things around. Like he kept like going for my house plants and just doing certain things, and because I know what sort of a baby he is now, like he doesn't really like toys to play with loads. Like he will play with them, but like if it was a choice between a toy and a bucket or a basket, he would definitely go for the basket or bucket. That's just what he likes. I think he kind of likes sorting things. He likes the bucket and box kind of thing, and he likes role play. He loves his kitchen, but we had like a little spell just after Jasper was then born. Elliot was obsessed with our kitchen bin. Like he loves bins as well, and oh my god, it was giving me such stress, like because he kept playing with our kitchen bin and he was finding it hilarious that I was getting really sort of like because obviously it's germy and dirty, and didn't really want to encourage him to touch bins, because like when we're out in public he'll think it's okay to do that. So I've really had to like think about how I want to parent and discipline now that Elliot's got to this age. And I'm not like going completely like gentle parenting, because let's face it, that's impossible to do all the time, I think. But I got this book, I'll link it in the description box down below, and it came recommended by lots of other people, How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. And it basically, I won't go into too much detail, but I would recommend the book. It basically sort of says to, rather than saying no all the time, which is really easy to do, isn't it, or don't do that, kind of offer them something they can do instead. So using that book as my kind of like background, right, okay, rather than keep saying no to our kitchen bin, I got like a little old bathroom pedestal bin that we had, like, I knew it was just laying around because we didn't use it anymore. So I cleaned it up and I put it in Elliot's, like by his kitchen. So Elliot had his bin, and that really worked well. So I think he is definitely going to be a child that works well to kind of like, rather than saying no, offering him what he can do instead. So like if he wants to, like for example, if he's throwing down something, like he keeps throwing his sippy cup down, so rather than doing that, I'll give him like a ball. Like I will try and give him something that he can throw, like his soft toy or a ball. I'll say, you know, okay, you want to throw something, throw this instead. So I am trying to do a little bit more of like gentle, I think that's kind of like gentle parenting, I'm not really sure, but yeah, my parenting discipline kind of skills have had to come into play now that he is understanding and he's become his own little person, definitely got his own mind, he's very strong-willed like me. I think I did a really good thing like with making him stop going to our bin but play with his bin, so offering him something he can have, so that's Elliot's, and my bin is Mummy's bin. But yeah, like I say, he's not really like, he really likes role play. So the kitchen that we got him for his first birthday went down really well. He likes the pots and pans, that kind of thing. But in terms of toys, he's not a great one for toys, to be honest. He never really has been. So yeah, he likes role play kind of thing. He likes his little Dyson thing, Hoover thing that we got him. We got him like a play cordless Hoover. He has actually, in the last few months, he's really started enjoying being read to. We've always done it with Elliot, but when he was younger, his attention wasn't great. He would sit, but he didn't enjoy it loads, but he does really like to be read to now. His favourite book at the moment, or it has been for a little while, is Each Peach Pear Plum. So he just loves that. We keep it up in the playroom and he knows to point to it. So if I say, do you want to read a book? What book do you want? And he sort of says Each Peach. Elliot, where's your favourite book? Peach! So that is his favourite book. Like, he loves that. We know it absolutely off by heart by now. I don't even need to pick it up to read it, I just know it off by heart, but he loves that. And kind of like, he likes books where we're looking for things, like, which is what that book's like, you're spying on for stuff. And he also likes a book by that same author, Pibu. It's another kind of like look and search for kind of book. So yeah, he's enjoyed books quite a lot in the last little while, which is really nice. He enjoys being read to. It's quite a nice thing to do just to relax him, or if we're having a bit of a crazy moment, to get him to sit down with us. He usually will. So yeah, he likes books now, which is nice. Also become really interested in our dog Penny in the last few weeks. He's obsessed with playing with her, and he's got like a little power game. Like if we give him a biscuit, it's a bit naughty really, but he because she's obsessed with food, she's a pug if you're new around here, so he loves to, like, if I give him like a little bit of biscuit, he'll run around the room and he knows that he's got full power over her, because she'll like follow him round, and he kind of like holds this biscuit and taunts her with it. She's very gentle, luckily. We're so lucky that she's really patient with him, but he just loves to play toys with her. He'll like play with her soft toys, and he follows her around, and he loves it when she follows him when he's got food. So yeah, he loves Penny. He's obsessed with her at the moment. Quite a bit of interest in his brother too, but because Jasper is so young, we haven't had a lot of like great interactions yet. However, the other day I got this. It used to be kept at my parents' house because I have a like stash of toys for them, and Jasper really liked doing tummy time in front of this, and then Elliot came over and played with it with him, and so that was the first time that I noticed them kind of together interacting and playing, so that was really, really nice. But yeah, other than that, you know, Jasper's really young, he doesn't do very much yet, but I'm so looking forward to seeing them interact together too. And another thing that has happened in the last 6 months is Elliot's got heaps of new teeth. I think he has, off the top of my head, about 10 now. He's also got lots of big molars coming through, which have been giving him grief. definitely this week. We've had a really tough week with both the boys. Jasper's just got to like a 4-month, like he's like been really grumpy the last week and clingy, and Elliot's been teething. Oh, it's not been a great week. But yeah, Elliot's got lots of teeth coming through, so you can understand what the kind of frustration and the pain is with Elliot, because I can see this big molar tooth coming through at the bottom, and he's got 2 at the top. He's still only got 3 bottom teeth though, which looks really funny to me. He's got about 10 teeth now, so he's had lots of teeth come through. And I'm going to finish off by speaking about, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last video, I knew I was planning on, but Elliot stopped breastfeeding at 12 months. I think he had his last breastfeed on the week of his birthday, just after the week he turned 1. It was always my goal to get to a year, and I would like to get to a year with Jasper. I've never really wanted to do longer than a year. A year is a great achievement for us, and I was so happy that we got to a year. If you want to hear all about that journey, I will link that video. I've done a whole video on it at the top of the screen. But yeah, we stopped breastfeeding at 12 months. Elliot's fully weaned now, loves his food. But I will just finish this little video by saying, I have mentioned it in one of my latest vlogs, is that we possibly think that Elliot could have a food intolerance, because he's had quite upset tummy like for most of his weaning life. I just always thought it was his normal because I've never had a baby before, but because it's been going on for so long now, he doesn't often do solid toilets. We are following it up. I am worried that he could have some kind of intolerance, so he's got a blood test coming up soon to just check out if there is anything going on. There is such thing as toddler diarrhea, but he has it all the time, so I don't know if it's that or something else. Yeah, we're going for a bit of a journey with him at the moment, so yeah, lots going on. I'm a busy lady, so yeah, I'll leave it here because I have nearly been talking for 20 minutes. I don't want to make them longer than that. That is everything that's happened in the last 6 months with Elliot. He is still a real joy. He's a lovely little boy, and I just can't wait to see him as a big brother and for Jasper to play with him and watch them grow up together. He's at a really fun age now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like baby update videos, and I will see you again in another video really soon.